I can see video number 1 and we touch upon this case and we can understand together what we can. What is the complaint?
I have bleeds. It comes and goes at times 3 times a day. So
You cease breathing.
yes,
And then the heart rate goes up. You feel like the heart is pounding.
yes,
And this has been going on since how long?
since a year now.
And you dream about what?
About having sex
And?
also seeing dead people.
Yes, I understand. All right. You heard the man is a young man. Does it happen to women? More likely to women. I chosen the patient to be a man because less likely it's a man, more likely it's a woman. So what is going on with this patient? He just said that his breathing ceased 3 times in a day, and yet he's right there in front of me alive. So what is going on? If your breath ceases 3 times in a day, 365 days in a year, because he has it for a year. That means, you can do the math now, it's about 1,000 times his breath has ceased on him. And he's still alive. He's breathing, he's there, he's strong. But, so is he making up the story? Why would he come to the clinic then if he's making up the story? Does he need attention? I don't think so. This is something that has been bothering him. He's been a lot of different health facilities and no satisfaction, because they just didn't understand what is going on. Maybe he never gone to a specialist. If he would have gone to a specialist, the story might be different. He wouldn't be seeing me after 1 year. So what is going on? Let's understand the case together. This guy, his breath ceases. But does his breath really cease? No. It feels like, now I'm talking about the explanation. It feels like his breath is ceasing on him 3 times in a day for the last year. I asked him, do you feel your heart bounding? Yes. Bounding meaning palpitation. The heart is beating so fast as the heart is going to jump out of the chest. That's how they feel. That's how most of them describe when they get the attack, palpitation. Well, I tell you, this is not a medical condition. I mean, I'm talking about physical medical condition. It is not. It is physical manifestation, but not because of cardiological problem, because of a heart problem. Because we, in case we get a patient like that, yeah, more likely it's a psychiatric disorder. We call it panic attack. It's a form of anxiety, severe anxiety that manifests in the form of panic. Panic means fear, extreme fear attack, panic attack. So what is going on with this guy? We cannot just, believe him that the heart doesn't have a problem, because we've seen young people before with a heart problem causing the arrhythmia. We call it arrhythmia. When the heart beats more than usual, we call it arrhythmia. So we have to do the cardiology evaluation, the heart evaluation. So we have an ultrasound in the office. We put the ultrasound, we look at the heart. There is no arrhythmia. The atrium, which is the upper room of the heart, beats in sequence with, in synergy with the lower room, which is the ventricle. So there is no problem. So that means, because if he has a physical condition, then this physical condition will be on all the times. It's not like now I have a cardiology problem and then after 2 hours the cardiology problem goes. If there is arrhythmia, the arrhythmia is there day and night. When you wake, when you sleep, it's 24 hours. The cardiology problem is there. They don't go and come back. It doesn't work like that. So that means the correct diagnosis for this man and for anybody out there with similar problems is called panic attack, which is a form of anxiety. Treatment, some medication, SSRI, selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, and the doctor will decide that. You cannot decide that on your own, because the doctor has to decide on the dose and has to decide also on how many days you should be taking the medication. Plus, there is therapy, special therapy for that, and the patient will be fine. right? So we must evaluate the heart to rule out any arrhythmia or any serious heart problem, and we continue. The most likely diagnosis in this case is panic attacks. So in summary, if you feel like this man said, your breath is seizing on you a few times in a day, you feel like your heart is gonna jump out of your chest, very bad palpitation, you feel like I'm gonna die. This is most of them how they describe the situation. I feel like I'm gonna die. I feel difficulty in breathing. I feel, you understand? And those are bad moments. Those are not to be taken lightly, because really it's horrifying. Those moments of panic attacks, some of you out there who have this disorder, do you know exactly what I'm talking about? And I know exactly how you feel. Okay, this is like I said, if a dog run after you, wants to bite you, and you're right, you see, you run for your life. Take that fear that you have inside of you, multiply by 1,000 times, and this is exactly how those patients feel. Would you want to feel like that? It's very terrifying. It's very bad. So this is what we call panic attacks. Panic attacks. And panic attacks, they have a solution, they have a therapy. Most importantly, we have to understand, that this is a situation that has a solution. I am taking calls, but I think I put the phone a bit on silent, so I think I missed this call. But anyhow, if you hear me, my phone number is there. If you have a question, I will try to put the phone in front of me so I can take some calls if you have a question out there. So we have discussed panic attacks. It's a form of anxiety, and we have discussed how the patient feels. And if you have someone, if you are yourself feeling the same way, so please, this is what you have, panic attacks. You should check yourself into the nearest specialist to get the heart evaluated correct and rule out any serious problem with the heart. Then if it's not the heart problem, is no arrhythmia, is no heart rate that is because of pathological reasons, then most likely it is a panic attack, and that's exactly how they come in, and this is exactly how they describe themselves. Now, I said the last time that it's very important to recognize the early signs and symptoms of any disease to get a better prognosis, to get a favorable prognosis, to get a favorable outcome so you can recover faster. So early recognition of a disease.